Hey Best Pally, I'm Allie, and I have now created 156 outrageous artworks. In this video, you're going to get 156 rapid-fire dopamine hits because I'm gonna show you all of them as fast as possible. Because my studio is now crammed with insanity from all of my creations and it has gone too far. So this is where we're gonna fill up a museum of relics from all of my past videos. First induction is this one pop socket left over from my fidget wall made of 3,200 pop sockets. A couple of prototypes from when I wanted heart balloons to be anatomically correct, so I made one. This usually lives in Midas, the 24 karat gold skeleton I created by teaching myself how to gild. Which reminds me, my disco ball skeleton is the reason this whole place got out of hand. I need to find a place where I can build Steve to live. We'll deal with Steve later. Steve was on this turntable, which now we're using for the velvet toilet. It feels as weird as you would think. Oh my god. Next up is my instrument invention, the spring doorstop keyboard. The rug I made to be an exact replica of Braxton laying around like he does, like a rug. Braxton was also on the design when I turned Christine's car see-through as a prank, and the other side had this rubber chicken. I also messed with someone else's car when my buddy Nathan let me tear apart his beater and cut holes in the floor to turn it into a Flintstones car to see if we could truly walk it around.
You gotta be kidding me.
It's working! Let's just do the dashboard. I also made the Wayne's World licorice dispenser for my car. This is from when I turned a kid's toy car to a mobile light-up cooler. Before its transformation, that cozy coupe was in... Oh, this is one of my favorites. What a waste of time. I made this framed picture of me holding a framed picture of me holding an etc. This was for a 1-second gag in a Nickelback music video. Look at this photograph! Look at this bro giraffe! Look at this faux giraffe! The bro giraffe and faux giraffe deserve to be here too. Now I'm getting ahead of myself. This is from when I cast my own head to turn it into a life-size candy cord sculpture. The actual candy head is not going in the museum because of course I dropped it off a building. Let's get my mom in here. Okay. Well, this is my virtual mom when I wanted to hug her in quarantine. My mannequin also helped me grow my chia tucks, which I still have parts of. I understand this is not normal. None of this has been normal. This dead tie deserves to be immortalized here. Also, I grew a chia toilet. To get the chia to stick, I use these gauze bandages. Juggling reminds me of when I juggled on a unicycle while painting. This is the final artwork from that. Okay. I had a painting I did before that, but I gave it away when I attempted to personally Zoom call all of my pallies in quarantine. Let's induct the painty unicycle too, because this is a work of art. Now on 2 wheels. I wrote a song to be performed on a bike. Where I also played this foot tambourine, which showed up the time I figured out how to use fake poop as an instrument. Speaking of poop, I've done lots more toilet things. This is when I made the most uncomfortable toilet possible so I'd stop sitting on it forever scrolling. It worked. That is, in fact, painful. Beyond uncomfortable. Ow! I also made a bathroom you'd want to stay in forever. Every surface was mood ring, temperature sensitive, color changing. We did it in my friend Robbie's house, so this tiny bottle is all I have left of that artwork. That's also the paint I used to make my car into a color changing mood ring. And a mood ring keyboard, which before it was in Moodend, it was in Dynamite. And I also made my couch temperature sensitive so I could lay on it as a mood ring and see the mood of my whole body. It's not just that. This couch has seen some things. First, I covered it in Peeps to see what it felt like to lay on them. Then I devised a way to make whiteboard paint work on textiles so I could draw and erase on it. Then I grew it so I could have a chia pet to lay on. So the museum gets a whiteboard marker, a very old Peep, and chia seeds. Also, this Peep actually fell off of my American flag Peep artwork. Also, these chia seeds. Did you know I have a health and fitness motivation channel where I take on crazy challenges like going vegan for 60 days to see what happens? I actually ate for 2 months from the same bucket of chia I used on all my art. Let's just place them in the shot glass USB. Oh, what is a shot glass USB, you ask? Well, I once wrote a whole album that's an interactive drinking game, and I invented and patented this device. So you can drink out of my album. I forgot that was chia. Oh, we should talk about my other invention. I created my own fitness tracker that always tells you you're 100%, so you always know how awesome you are. I also created the Burn and Churn Creamery, which was transforming my fitness bike to an ice cream maker. I'm not gonna talk about most of my fitness videos, but that channel really is fine art too. The best one I ever made was when I was challenged to get a strict muscle up in a year or get this tattoo. It turns out I got the gymnastics move. Yes. But it took me 2 years, so I also got the tattoo. Then I did an ice bath every day for 30 days. Then I spent 33 weeks learning how to do a dragon squat. I don't have a relic for that, so I'm just gonna do one here in the museum. There we go. Inducted. Also, now I'm sweating. A fitness video I put on my art channel was when I transformed my gym to a crazy wonderland. That was a two-parter because it was so nutso. Another light up artwork was the dome I made when I let AI decide what I sculpted for 100 hours. This is the name AI came up with and the sign it told me to make. This was not my first dome though. I built one inside during quarantine to keep myself extra safe. It also lit up with glow tape, which was left over from when I made my bike glow. After that, I covered it in fur and then transformed it into a unicorn. The body of the unicorn has been on my bike looking super weird for years, and actually before this, I tore apart a kid's drum set to make it a drum set bike. This drum set has also been in which also had this guitar, which was also in driver's license and Island Boy. And it's even been to Hawaii for this guitar I turned completely velvet to see what it felt like. Then I used it in here's the warranty for the completely velvet piano I made in my yard. In that yard, I also opened 9,000 pop sockets that I used to cover my car to make it a giant drivable fidget toy. I took the trash from that and ground it up to make cardboard clay and turned it back into a tree. There is one packaged pop socket left from those projects, but I actually have 2,000 left, so let me know in the comments what you think I should do with them. I also have a lot of candy hearts left. For Valentine's Day, I got 50,000 candy hearts and crushed them up to make a giant sand painting out of sugar. Then I destroyed it. Why did I pick this bottom corner? Stay. No. I also have a lot of ground up sugar left. So I got this idea to turn it into the world's largest cotton candy sculpture. But it turns out Guinness required that we used official cotton candy sugar, so I had to get new cartons. But we got the world record. I'll just hang this next to my other world record. Yes, you are looking at the fastest woman on a space hopper. I hold the record for 100 meters. And my other world record, it's fine, they're piling up, we don't need to frame it. And there's my 100K subscribers plaque. I once used this to make a Kanye West beat. I also did Happy Birthday as a Kanye West song. I am still finding confetti in my carpet 4 years later. You may have recognized that drum set and this prop-wrapped gift and this lighter, which I turned into an instrument when I did I can't believe I've gone this long without talking about my very first viral YouTube video. I'm the bad type, make your mama sad type. That was shot in my fur room I'd made weeks earlier, which then went viral because of the other video. Cut to now, I have a 1 million subscriber plaque, and I made this ridiculous display case because I need to be reminded that I should feel cool. Speaking of feeling cool, I want everyone to feel cool, so I sold cool on the street for just $3. The idea is that being cool is just deciding that you're cool, so I sold buttons to give people permission to feel cool. Do you feel cool? You should start feeling cool because you are. You can also feel cool by having important letters after your name. So I invented the post-nominal letters ART and started handing them out to anyone who wanted to feel like a work of art. I made this for the video revealing the project. I also once accepted anyone's bad thoughts by mail and yelled them into the Grand Canyon to get rid of them for you. I even mailed people a guarantee that I had yelled them away. I flew across the country to surprise embarrass my mom as a donkey singing telegram. She had no idea it was me. I once created a whole song in the air on a private jet. Here's the tie from that music video. It turns out I like wearing ties. This was also in and I wore a red tie for black leather gloves, no sequins, which was also in and in this tie I did in that my acapella buddy Chris wore these red glasses, which I also wore in these heart glasses were in these 80s glasses were in which also had this harmonica, which was also in along with these fake cigarettes and ashtrays. These glasses were perfect for our recreation of the Numa guy when I made including these 2000s nostalgic headphones. Man, now they're in the museum. I'm not gonna be able to rock out with them. These headphones got destroyed when I slow-mo headbanged. I'm a sucker for before they broke, they were in and even on a fat Chihuahua pop star. This retro mic has been in. I painted this peach mic when I made it. And this 70s mic is from when I turned my mom into a pop star. I'd like to speak to the manager. That was from the second time she had a pop hit. This sweater is from the first. Get on, come on. I've also turned my nieces and nephews into pop stars. All the rumors are true, yeah. Using these toys, and I helped them write their own original EDM song. Hello. And they made it rain. Oh no, that didn't work at all. And they made it rain Monopoly money, which was also in Roxanne. Now I gotta clean this up. Also, the kids did an a cappella cover wearing this lion costume, which also made it into and along with 48 other costumes, including my safari outfit, along with his pith helmet from when I hunted down this bear and tripped him and brought him back to my studio. That Thriller music video also had this Marvin the Martian helmet. And I made a build video showing you how I created it and weathered the gun that I actually made in sculpture class in college. Speaking of having a fine art degree, Mentos sent me 10,000 Mentos and asked me to make them into fine art. I made sure it was very clearly fine. I may have gotten a gift. I also wanted to create a painting with 50 toothbrushes painting simultaneously. Here's one of the soldered toothbrushes from that. Here are a bunch of unclaimed paintings from my free painting project I did for 14 years. That resulted in me getting Bitcoin rich for a moment from a donor. And not just painting. I created a huge chalk mural in a contest once. Then I attempted to create a mural on the highway when no one was driving on it during quarantine. And I've done photography. This fine piece is one of a set, where I tracked down an internet commenter saying my boobs were too small so I could gift him huge versions of them. Did you know that my art has been displayed in the Los Angeles County Museum of Art? Because I made this fake plaque and snuck it into said museum. Also, I was wearing this selfie suit from a different video where I challenged myself to look this stupid for an entire week. I also recreated some fine art. Michelangelo's David out of 20 pounds of white chocolate. That was 4 years ago, and yes, I did save the leftover white chocolate clay that I made. I also gave out candy as the isolation Easter bunny during lockdown. And I made a whole song using nothing but a bag of candy and nothing but hard seltzer cans. And nothing but voices. But we did need gummy dinosaurs, which I inexplicably kept, wow, these are hard, for 3 years. Nope. And I made a song sampling Jack Daniels bottles. I made a bottle opener that's a Bear Deer beer. This is from my first beer mile. I drank a beer when I created a song using only sounds from an RV. And I made a green beer river in my apartment. A Brita from when we started the trend of filtering weird drinks. This vodka bottle is from when I learned pi to 500 places. And I created this wine barrel out of foam to be a bankrupt cartoon for Halloween. And this Halloween melodica, which was in, and also in, which also featured this trombone and the slide whistle, which was also in. I got a banjo for it and then returned it, but then I needed it for, so then I kept it. Tambourine from bongos from, which I drank out of in. Why did I come into this room? Which also featured this boot I painted blue. I painted tap shoes for, and I also used them in Friday. I painted cowboy boots for, which also had this big pink cowboy hat that showed up in trench coat from leotard that was in, but originally for hoodie from, silver watch from, silver chain from, the rope from the robes in, which also showed up with this in the club with the bottle full of Christmas lights from, I want more Christmas. The hat I wore when I filled a van with fake snow and Ubered people around LA for Christmas. The very top of the floating Christmas tree I made out of trash. I also sculpted a Statue of Liberty out of old cardboard boxes. It was so big I couldn't keep the whole thing, but I still have these left. And I made an American flag out of old Starbucks cards. It even mechanically waved and lit up. The light up drumsticks from the shark bra I crafted for the bone crown I crafted for the robe from when I snuck into an IKEA to shoot a music video for Hey look ma, I made it. Pom Pom from Good for you. My grandma's actual not prop phone and the beat up sheet music that I had a stranger with a leaf blower blast at me for Easy on me. The charger that kept the whole shoot going when we almost got kicked out of Disney making shoulder pads from the hat I wore when I became the world's first keytar snowboarder. Then just a few more things from the crazy way I've transformed my studio. The velvet rope from my red carpet entrance. The welcome signs I made by teaching myself to cross-stitch. The flamingo from my kitchen I turned into a yard. And some more turf, but blue, because this is from covering my car in it. And one more induction that deserves to be here. My trusty broken measuring tape that has been with me and very difficult to work with the entire time. And the museum is complete. Putting this all together was mind-blowing for me. I can't believe I created all that, and I feel so lucky that you've been with me on the journey. Wait, what about Steve? If you think more outrageous art like this should exist in the world, then please join my Patreon team, because then you will be the reason it does. Now, go watch Steve. What I'm now worried about is this do not add anything to the skeleton warning. Hey Best Pally, I'm Allie, and do you know that feeling like you're dead but with pizzazz? I once made a 24 karat gold skeleton, but I feel like we could go bigger. 200% bigger. And 500,000 times more pizzazz. For this artwork, I'm going to take this skeleton fellow that's over 2